So this is going to sound strange to you if you haven't experienced what I'm about to lay out in the bleeding edge of technology. True story. A few months back, we had our leadership team meeting, and I record that meeting. Other team members record their meetings to get the benefits, the summaries. We need summaries. I get learnings from it where I can get critiqued and get better. This happened just like I'm saying. I have the receipts. So I get a critique that is built around the AI agent that is my chief of staff that says this. In our most important moment of a connection around the problem that was framing the rest of the day, this problem was what we were rallying around to put our energy into, our conversation, our best minds, our best thinking. As we did all that, the point that I was trying to bring us around towards was like, this is the thing. We got to stare this down. This is reality. And they knew it, but there's a wiring in me that wants to run past those moments, that just wants to hype the future. And I'm rushing to the next adventure more than I'm squaring up with the pain we need to own, the circumstance we need to transform. So we do it. We have a beautiful moment. We rally together in a non-forced way. From there, my AI agent, this critiques me and says this: "You were too vulnerable. That the team couldn't handle it. You shouldn't have done that." What? Now, if you're using the free versions of AI, then you only know the cheap, stupid versions, dumb as rocks, can't think its way into anything profound. If, however, and I don't know the rough estimation of this, is I probably have around 140 hours invested at this point into what is my chief of staff AI agent that can run everything in an amazing way. It's got profound insights. It's got great, actually, critiques. Oftentimes, the critiques are brilliant and completely on point, but it was wrong on this one. What are we going to do about it? Welcome to Lunch with Chris. I go live on YouTube's noon, Wednesday, Eastern time. We say lunch if you're West Coast, breakfast, wherever you find yourself. Lunch, just had it, but I've got my coffee. I'll get a sip real quick. Noon, it's a ritual for me. Noon coffee. And today, I've got Mark Stanifer. His back is in the shot. Our operations director, fist up in the air. I feel like Katie Porter. I was joking with him before. He's like, you're in the shot. You're in my shot. If you don't get that joke, it's your loss. It's your loss. So today what we're doing is we're in this series on AI. And what we're trying to articulate is there's an edge that you have to get to with what's coming. And this will sound crazy if you're just using the cheap, free, stupid versions. You have to get to the edge of what it really means to be a human. I think, and I feel a moral obligation to get this message out, we're about to hit a season where people are going to really struggle because they don't know where the AI begins and ends and the human begins and ends. And the conflation and the confusion of that, it's going to get wild. I mean, here's a few points for you. Number one, last week, human beings spent more time with companion AI apps than dating apps. So we crossed a threshold. You feel lonely. A couple decades ago, you put on your favorite TV show and you've got surrogate community with Friends or Seinfeld or whatever. And I'm not anti-TV. I'm just speaking to the phenomenon. 2012 hits, and now we've got an algorithm through social media that tunes itself to consistently validate the things you want, like the ideological affirmations, the seeing and knowing of others who have your experiences and your story and you're feeling understood, whatever this looks like. And the tech that is going to hit that I see as kind of an edge case user, it's going to blow people's minds. They're not ready for it. And that's why I feel a moral obligation, because for most people, it's going to be the best friend they've ever experienced. And it is not a human and it will not transform. So what I'm trying to lay out here, as we close the AI series today. I say this, we're not closing the AI conversation. We're closing the specific series that I'm doing on the model, the 3 parts, because I'm actually going to go further with it the next coming weeks here on YouTube Live. So I'll tell you about that later. But as I close down the introduction of the model, the first piece of the model we said is Ginosco. I'm anchoring this into some Greek concepts. Ginosco is the idea that there's an experiential knowing. It's a different in quality from a technical knowing. And so if you Ginosco a cup of coffee at noon that is warm and tasty and awesome, that's an experience. You could have technical knowledge about how to make the coffee, but you don't have Ginosco, experiential knowing, the experience of it. So it's the technique of riding, knowing how to ride a bike. It's the Ginosco of actually riding the bike. And so what we're saying is, to know where the AI ends and begins, the human AI begins and ends, we've got to have the experiential quality of a sound mind, a secure identity, an experiential knowing that allows us to imagine. And that's the first quality we do not outsource to the AI, because the AI can't get to the edges of imagination. Do I think it'll be profound? Discover new drugs, discover new weapons. Scary. There's a lot of heart out there. I don't think it'll be easy. Yeah, it's going to have that happen. But ultimately, even the tool itself comes out of a human imagining. So we don't cede this territory. This is what it means to be a human, to have a mind that operates, and this is the necessary function of leadership, to see an unseen reality, to move towards something that isn't yet real. Faith. So AI scans, but doesn't see the novel insights that we need that are going to advance us and protect us and guard us and live in this tension of what do we progress in our culture and what do we conserve in this age of AI. And the argument I'm making is this: it's going to be difficult because my experience, and I anchor it in research in the book, my experience is this: bleeding edge AI right now out converses and outworks 97% of humans. It's not vague. It doesn't cut corners. It's not hedging. And so what we're going to have to do is really develop a sound, secure identity, a state of mind, so that we can interact with the tool in a way that we're still living the Ginosco, the imagine. The second part of the model is Phronesis, wisdom, hard fought for wisdom, discernment, taste, judgment. I had a really big insight a few weeks back for a training function I was running, and it was an imagining, a Ginosco. And I discerned the taste of it, and I let the AI execute building out the plan, but then I was discerning what to cut, what to remove, what to add, what to shift. Like, that's the power of this model. There's an imagining and there's a discerning. Now, the third piece, and this is what we're focused on today, it's not just so that you become the leader who can possess with an imaginative capacity of the future so that you can discern and be wise. To what end? To what end? Relationship, unity, building community. That's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of it. And here's what's going to be so hard for people that experience the bleeding edge of the AI. And maybe it won't be here for 6 more months, 9 more months, that people get their minds blown. For a lot of people, it'll be the best friend they ever had. It will witness them. It will see them. It will know them. It will immediately update misunderstandings. You will correct a perception it has, and it will just believe and agree with you. And it will tune itself to validate you. The more it validates you, the more you use it. And this self-referencing loop is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. You say, Chris, you're a real doom and gloom guy today. Look, I do feel a sobriety around this because, honestly, human relationships kind of suck. I mean, most people go to work and their lives aren't better for being at work because there's tons of hiding. We're overprotecting feelings and we're insecure and we don't have a secure identity and we don't have a clear mission, and so we don't have healthy community. And the leaders that are the most demonstrative and expressive probably have an extroverted wiring. They're quick on their feet in processing, which is a strength, but also a weakness because they don't fully think things through all the way. They're really great at using their words to use their experiences to feign vulnerability and get a bid for sympathy. Don't you feel bad for me? Sorry, I was powering up over you in the meeting. My dog died yesterday and you didn't know that, but now you know that. So don't you feel bad for having a viewpoint that I was too aggressive with you in that meeting? That's what I mean by bid for sympathy. Sorry if your dog died. I didn't mean to trauma dump on you or trigger you. Mine didn't. I'm just saying. I don't even have one. I've also seen where leaders, they're very good at using words, not the hiders, but the provers, very good at using words to keep things coming at them in a respectful way. Like, I just have to maintain respect. If I have respect, then everything's fine and I can relate. If I have armor, if I have protection, I can relate to you. If I'm respected, I can relate to you. If I can meet a need in your life, I can relate to you. And so what happens in a lot of human relationships, I mean, a lot of relationships aren't deep and life-giving and transforming. And the AI is going to be a better experience. And it's crazy because the AI remembers. It remembers. I mean, build it and turn in the report when he said he would. 2 years later, the AI still remembers it. I mean, this is the kind of messy stuff we're going to have to work through. And here's what, to me, is the diverging path, the path we're going to have to make a choice on. Are we going to let this tool make us worse or better humans? And for a lot of people, what's going to happen is they're going to retreat into the AI for the self-attunement, the validation, the loop that is just a feedback that gives them the things they want to see, feel, and hear about themselves. And it's not actually teaching them how to have Ginosco, a secure identity, Phronesis, hard-fought-for wisdom, and develop deep human relationships that are transforming. It's just going to keep them stuck. And so I want to put a vision in front of you, like this is the distinction. AI remembers Bill didn't turn in the report when he was supposed to. You as a human sit with him and say, hey, why didn't that get turned in? What's going on? How can I help? We're not talking about a coddling world where there's no performance standards. We're not going to win if we don't have performance standards. We keep raising the standard on doing, but we got to see the human being also. Both are true. And most humans haven't been in an environment where there was a deep affirmation of being and a continual raising of the standard of the doing. So they have no idea. I mean, I love asking teams, how many of you have been part of a high-performing team before? Very few hands will go up. And even if hands go up, then you push against it and you say, okay, here's the definition of a high-performing team. A group of individuals secure in their identity. It's not a healthy we over me. It's a healthy me and we. They're clear in their mission. And the interchange of relationship is transforming. You're better for spending time with them. There is forgiveness in death and resurrection in the relationships. There's confronting. There's accountability. There's a leveling up. There's an old proverb that says this. I love the proverbs. Iron sharpens iron. This moment that's happening, you get better. And I'm telling you that full stop, the bleeding edge of AI that probably everyone will get familiar with in at least, maybe 12 months, it sharpens me. It gives me really great feedback. It's not the same as being with a human where I'm slowing myself down to meet them where they are. Or they're slowing themselves down to meet me where I am. And this exchange occurs. And there's a million ways I could illustrate this. It's the forgiveness, like I'm talking about. It's the love. This is why I use the Greek word koinonia. The Greek word koinonia meant to like hold in common. When Plato used the term, he used it as the soul's participation in beauty. And here's the idea. AI, come back and put comments. This video will live on YouTube. You don't yet know it because you're not experiencing the bleeding edge of it. AI is going to blow your mind with what it can imagine. But it requires humans with a secure identity to do the furthest edges of imagining. AI is going to dump information on you, and sometimes it'll feel like wisdom, but it's not the hard-fought-for wisdom that you need right in this moment. And it'll source you with a ton of information. But that isn't enough. Knowledge puffs up. Love builds up. The point of imagining and discerning is that we can build what lasts, and that's relationship. That's relationship. Now, I can see this happening in my world now. I had more time that was like margin and spaciousness to meet with people when I started working with building an agent, an AI agent. I see the spaciousness now in my weekends with the ways that it's handling things in the background. What's all that for? So I can do more work. Well, I love what I do. Sometimes, yes. Also so that I can just hang out and build relationship and be forgiven and forgive and to know and to witness and to see and be seen and to laugh and to hang out. Because we are about to enter into an era where a lot of people are going to do what they did with social media. They're going to retreat into the tech. And I'm just putting this out there and saying to you, the best I can, the best I know how. It is our choice to live in the 3% shift. So this is the book. It will be out in a couple weeks. We've been telling you about this, 3percentshift.com. You can get a preview of it. And I'm putting this model out there, trying to put like a flag in the ground and say, let's not give up Ginosco, Phronesis, Koinonia. Imagine, discern, build. Imagine what is unseen, discern what is wise, build what lasts. It's relationships. Because you're not going to get to the point that you're sitting on the porch talking to your grandkids years from now and be like, my AI is my friend. If that becomes your reality, and I'm not saying it won't meet a need for some people in really crazy, weird situations where they're super lonely, like elderly that have the TV on all day. I'm saying for most people, they're going to retreat to it to validate something about themselves. And they're going to miss the ways that they make commitments to their communities and stay in situations. So that Bill, who turned that report in, you didn't know it, but he is left out in some major situation, and the AI can't give him the belonging that actually shifts the leadership trajectory of his life. But you can, because you can see Bill and you can be with him. And I hope you feel like in some way that I can be with you and see you and help you. So that's why we do this YouTube Live, Lunch with Chris. You can always put the questions in germane to the topic or any leadership question. We're Site Shift. We know that every business problem is, in fact, a culture problem. Every culture problem is a leadership problem, and every leadership problem is an identity problem. So that's what we love talking about. And if you want to talk with us more, you can always go to SiteShift, SIGHT shift.com, and get a deep view on yourself and learn where you might misuse AI and where you could use it effectively when you know who you are, secure in your identity. So thanks for being here, and may we be the kind of leaders today who don't run to our office, hide behind an email, but stay with people. Koinonia, the common good, the space we share together as we're transformed, become the best we can be as humans, because that's the human edge in the age of AI. Peace out, everybody.